Hey everyone, ready to crack the TikTok code for your business? We're not talking about dance crazes here.
No dance crazes.
This is about turning TikTok into a powerful tool, a real results driver.
It's about, going beyond just going viral.
Exactly. We're digging deep into strategies that work, figuring out how to make TikTok work for you.
And the best part,
Ex-
TikTok levels the playing field. You don't need a huge budget or fancy gear to win here.
It's all about being smart and genuine.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start with the basics. Why is TikTok such a big deal for businesses? It seems like every other platform is trying to copy it. What makes TikTok so special?
A few things, actually. First off, TikTok is incredibly cost-effective, especially when it comes to organic reach. You're not constantly battling an algorithm pushing you towards paid ads.
So you can actually get your content seen without shelling out a ton of cash.
Exactly. And on top of that, TikTok is all about authenticity. People are craving real, relatable content, and that's where businesses can really connect with their audience on a personal level.
So it's less about that polished corporate feel, right?
You got it. It's about showing the human side of your brand.
I love that. Now, before we dive into content creation, let's talk about your TikTok profile. It's your first impression, right?
It's like your storefront, so you want to make it
That
count.
virtual welcome mat.
Exactly. That means a clear username, a bio that really captures your brand.
And don't forget that link to your shop.
Absolutely. Make it easy for people to find you and buy your products.
Okay, so we've got our profile looking sharp. Now let's talk about how TikTok actually works.
Right. We need to understand the TikTok ecosystem.
The algorithm, different feeds, it can be a bit overwhelming.
So we've got the For You feed, which is kind of like TikTok's magic sorting hat. It creates a personalized feed based on your interests and what you've watched before.
So that's how videos can go viral and reach people beyond just your followers.
Exactly. And the key to unlocking that algorithmic
Engagement, right.
You got it. Every comment, share, and save tells TikTok, hey, this video is valuable. Show it to more people.
So it's not just about creating good content. It needs to be content that people want to interact with.
It's about sparking that conversation.
Which brings us to the heart of it all.
Yeah.
Creating content that grabs attention and keeps people hooked. The source we're exploring today gave 10 amazing tips for organic TikTok growth. And the first one, the open story loop, totally caught my eye. What's that all about?
It's all about storytelling. You're creating a cliffhanger, leaving the audience wanting more.
It's like creating a mini mystery. You drop a hint and the viewer has to watch to find the answer.
Exactly. And it can be used for so many things. You can tease new products, give sneak peeks behind the scenes.
Or share a customer story that really resonates.
Absolutely. It keeps people engaged and coming back for more.
I love it. Okay, tip number 2, leading with value. To me, this seems like the golden rule of content creation in general. You need to give before you can ask, right?
It's about understanding why people are on TikTok in the first place. They want entertainment, inspiration, information. Your content needs to deliver on that before you even think about promoting your products.
It's like building trust.
Exactly. If you provide value, people are more likely to trust you, engage with your content, and ultimately become customers.
So don't just try to sell them something right off the bat. Show them you have something worthwhile to offer. Okay, this next tip is fascinating. Learn from your competitors. I feel like people might shy away from this, but it makes so much sense.
It's about being a student of the game. Look at what's working for others in your niche. What kind of content are they creating? What formats are getting engagement? You're not copying, you're learning.
It's like having a sneak peek into their playbook.
Exactly. You can identify patterns and formulas that are already working and then figure out how to adapt them to your brand.
Speaking of formulas, the source also mentions some specific TikTok formats that tend to perform well.
Ah, yes, like video loops. They're fantastic for keeping people watching.
So you create this seamless loop, and it's almost hypnotic.
Right. The viewer might not even realize they've watched the same thing 3 times over. Then there's fast-paced editing. Attention spans are short, so you've got to keep things moving.
Jump cuts, transitions, text overlays. Keep those viewers engaged.
Exactly. And collaborations are huge on TikTok. Partner up with other creators in your niche.
You always promote each other's content, reach new audiences. Love it.
Was a win-win.
And speaking of connecting with your audience, comment replies are a great way to build relationships, right?
Absolutely. Show your audience you're listening and that you care. Those small interactions can make a big difference.
Okay, so we've got videos, but what about visuals? TikTok isn't just about video. You can tell stories through images, too.
For sure, carousel slides are a fantastic way to do that.
It's like a slideshow, but elevated for TikTok.
Exactly. And don't forget about captions. Lots of people watch TikTok videos with the sound off, so those captions are crucial.
Good point. Okay, tip number 6 is finding your niche. I feel like this is essential for any type of content creation. You need to know who you're talking to.
Absolutely. It's about figuring out who your ideal customer is and creating content that speaks directly to them. What are their problems, their interests, their needs? How can you become their go-to source of information or inspiration?
So you're not trying to be everything to everyone. You're becoming the expert, the trusted voice within your specific niche.
Exactly. And that leads us to the next tip, which is all about consistency.
Consistency is key. I hear this all the time, but it's true. You can't just post once in a blue moon and expect to see results.
You need to show up regularly to stay on people's radar.
And build that momentum.
The source recommends setting aside specific content days. It's a game changer in terms of organization and staying on track.
And I have to try that. Okay, this next tip really resonated with me, and I think it's especially relevant for a platform like TikTok.
Taking risks and being vulnerable. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, but TikTok is all about authenticity. People want to connect with real people, not perfectly curated brands.
So it's okay to show your flaws, to be a little bit vulnerable.
Exactly. It's what makes you relatable. People want to see the real you, not some fake airbrushed version.
So share those bloopers, those behind-the-scenes moments, the things that make you human. Now, let's talk about something you definitely want to avoid. Shadow banning. It's like the TikTok boogeyman, right?
Yeah, it's shrouded in mystery. TikTok hasn't officially confirmed that it exists, but there are definitely signs it happens.
So what is it, and why should we care?
Essentially, it's when your content gets suppressed without you even knowing it. Your videos don't reach as many people.
Like you've been putting TikTok timeout, but without a notification.
Yikes.
Yikes. So how do we avoid this mysterious shadow ban?
Be a good TikTok citizen. Make sure your content follows their guidelines, avoid anything spammy, and don't go overboard with hashtags.
Okay, good advice. Tip number 9 is attracting your target audience. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You want your content to reach the right people.
Exactly. That means following relevant accounts, using niche-specific hashtags, and figuring out the best times to post.
It's like creating a roadmap that leads your ideal customer straight to your content. Okay, last but not least, we come back to that all-important consistency.
Consistency is key. It's about showing up regularly, building a loyal following, and turning those casual viewers into devoted fans.
It's the foundation of any successful TikTok strategy. So we've covered a lot. The why of TikTok, some key strategies for organic growth, and even some potential pitfalls to avoid. What's the overarching message here? What should listeners take away from this deep dive?
It's all about being intentional and thoughtful with your approach to TikTok.
It's not just about posting random videos and hoping for the best.
You need a strategy. You need to understand your audience, craft content that resonates, and show up consistently to build that connection.
So are you ready for the next level? Because this is where things get really exciting. We're about to explore TikTok Shop and the amazing world of e-commerce on TikTok.
Get ready to have your mind blown. This is going to be good. TikTok is becoming like its own shopping destination.
Really?
Yeah, it's called TikTok Shop, and it's changing everything for businesses.
Okay, color me intrigued. Tell me more. Are we talking about those shoppable tags? Like what I see on Instagram, but even more integrated?
You're right on. Picture this. You're scrolling through TikTok, right? And you see a video, maybe someone's using a cool gadget, and bam, a little tag pops up
Right there in the video.
right in the action. It shows you what it is, how much it costs, and you can buy it right then and there.
Wow. No more app switching or trying to remember what you saw later.
Okay.
So impulse buying, but supercharged.
Exactly. And it's not just for single products. Think about it. Businesses can have their whole storefront right there on TikTok, a curated selection front and center.
So basically, TikTok's turning into its own little shopping mall. That's wild. Is it hard to set up?
Not at all. If you're already on Shopify, you can connect it directly to your TikTok shop. Everything syncs up.
I love that seamless integration. What about reach? Is TikTok Shop available everywhere yet?
Not globally, but it's growing fast. Even if it's not in your area yet, it's smart to be prepared.
Good point. But even without that shop feature, there are still ways to drive sales through TikTok, right?
Oh, absolutely. Think about influencer marketing. That's huge on TikTok.
Yeah, the source mentioned something about that, like partnering with influencers who use those shoppable tags.
Exactly. You've got an influencer, they showcase your product, people can buy directly from their video.
It's word-of-mouth marketing, but on steroids.
Hmm.
So you're tapping into their audience, their trust. Clutter. Does TikTok track how well those partnerships are doing?
Oh, yeah, they have great analytics. You can see how many people saw the video, clicked through, even made a purchase.
That's awesome. So much data at your fingertips. So we've talked about why TikTok matters, organic growth, and now e-commerce. It's a lot to take in. For our listeners who are just starting out, where should they begin?
Honestly, the best thing about TikTok is that it's so user-friendly. You don't have to be an expert to jump in.
Just start experimenting and have fun.
Exactly. Play with different formats, try out trends, and see what connects with your audience. And always remember, authenticity is key.
Be yourself, let your personality shine through, and don't be afraid to think outside the box. TikTok is all about creative expression.
And community. Engage with other creators. Hop on those challenges. That's the magic of TikTok.
Okay, before we move on, I want to circle back to storytelling. You know, that open story loop technique we talked about. It's pure gold.
Oh, yeah. It's such a powerful tool. You can use it to tease new products, give behind-the-scenes peeks.
It's like creating a mini-series. People get hooked and keep coming back for more. And don't forget about that first few seconds. You need a strong hook.
It's your headline. It has to be catchy, intriguing.
Offer something valuable right from the start. And through it all, keep your audience in mind. What are their needs, their pain points? How can your brand make their lives better?
It's about making a connection, showing them that you understand them and that you're here to help.
That's how you turn those casual viewers into loyal customers. Any other words of wisdom for our listeners?
TikTok is always changing. New features, trends, algorithms. It's a fast-paced world.
So stay curious, keep learning, be adaptable. It's all part of the fun.
The only thing that stays the same is that everything changes.
All right, last question for you and for everyone listening. What if we took all these amazing organic strategies and added the power of paid ads? Can you imagine the possibilities?
No, that's a powerful combination. We've only just scratched the surface of what's possible here.
It's like unlocking a secret level of TikTok marketing.
It's time to take things to the next level.
So we've mastered organic TikTok, right?
Hopefully.
But now how do we add that extra oomph? That's where paid ads come in, right?
You got it. Think of it like this. You've built this amazing presence on TikTok. You're creating great content. People love it. But you want to reach even more people faster.
Like giving our efforts a little rocket boost.
Exactly. And TikTok ads, they're really smart. You can target specific demographics, interests, even behaviors.
So you're getting your content in front of the people most likely to be interested. Makes sense. But if our organic content is already great, why even bother with ads?
Well, think about it. Organic reach is fantastic, but it has its limits. Ads just amplify your message. Plus, TikTok ads are designed to fit in. They don't feel like, those annoying banner ads that pop up everywhere.
So people are more likely to actually watch them.
Much more. It's like they're part of the TikTok experience. They're entertaining, engaging, and informative.
Okay, I'm convinced. But there are so many different types of ads. Where do we even start?
Don't worry, it's not that complicated. TikTok has different ad formats, each with its own strengths, like in-feed ads. Those are the most common. They pop up right in the For You feed, blended in with the organic content.
It's like a sponsored post, but on TikTok.
Exactly. Then you have top view ads. These are attention grabbers. They appear right at the top of the For You page, the first thing people see.
Wow, so they make a big impact. What about something more interactive?
Well, there are branded hashtag challenges. You create a hashtag and encourage people to participate. It's a fun way to get your audience involved and create a buzz around your brand.
Like user-generated content, but with a specific goal in mind. I love that. What else?
There are branded effects, which are those custom filters, stickers, and AR experiences.
People love playing with those.
They're super engaging. It's a fun way to boost brand awareness and get people interacting with your brand. Oh, and we can't forget brand takeover ads. These are bold. They completely take over the screen for a few seconds.
Definitely makes a statement. So many options. It sounds like a mix and match approach is best.
Absolutely. Experiment. See what works for you. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It's about finding the right combination for your brand and your goals.
Like piecing together a puzzle. Okay, so we've got organic strategies, paid ads, the whole TikTok toolkit. What's the key takeaway here? What should our listeners remember?
TikTok has something for everyone. Whether you're a small business or a huge corporation, TikTok offers a unique opportunity.
It's about connection, building your brand, getting real results.
It's not about chasing trends or trying to go viral overnight. It's about building something sustainable, something meaningful.
And having fun along the way, right?
Of course. TikTok is all about creativity and expression. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things.
And remember, TikTok is always evolving. New features, trends, algorithms, it never stops.
So stay curious, stay adaptable.
It's a wild ride, but that's what makes it exciting. Well, this has been an amazing deep dive into the world of TikTok marketing.
I agree, it's been a blast.
From organic strategies to paid ads, TikTok offers a world of possibilities. So get out there, create amazing content, and remember,
Have fun!
until next time, happy TikToking.